Climatologists rely heavily on maps such as this, which covers the USA, Canada, eastern Siberia, and Greenland. It highlights the temperature differences for 1 week in January 2011 compared to the same dates over the preceding 7 years. Above average temperatures are in red, below average in blue. What we're seeing is probably the result of a natural cyclical weather phenomenon known as the Arctic Oscillation. This is a pattern of differences in air pressure between the Arctic and mid-latitudes. At irregular intervals, it transitions between a negative and positive mode, leading to unseasonable warm or cold air flooding the colored regions on this map. In December 2010, one could have been justified in thinking there was a giant prehistoric worm waking from its deep slumber in Lake Michigan, the second largest of the Great Lakes, with an area spanning 22,400 square miles, and the only one that is located entirely within the borders of the USA. Instead, what was happening was that suspended sediment particles rising from the lake bottom were spreading further afield. These sediment clouds aren't uncommon on the lake, as the frequently occurring strong winds here influence water circulation patterns that can only be fully appreciated from above. When northerly winds abound, it sets in motion two wind patterns, rotating in opposite directions, which then stir up the clay particles on the southern shore. In January 2011, the Sicilian night was lit up by a wonder of nature. Lava flowing in its usual mesmerizing fashion down the sides of Mount Etna, Europe's largest and most active volcano, situated on the island's east coast. Fortunately, nobody was injured. Here we see nature's hothouse, venting steam and ash ahead of the main eruption. Those tiny pollutants temporarily shut down the airport of Sicily's second largest city. Mount Etna stands almost 3,500 meters above sea level, and there are historical records of past rumblings and devastating eruptions dating back as far as 1500 BC. Signs of this latest outpouring had been slowly building the previous 3 months. It looks like an example of modern art, but this is really a mountainous area of the Algerian Sahara Desert that has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Tassel in Algiers National Park covers 27,000 square miles and was established in 1956. Its high elevation ensures a bone-dry climate with almost no rainfall. These rocky outgrowths are rich in human and geologic history, dating back to the Precambrian period over 500 million years ago. A variety of light wavelengths combine to highlight the park's various rock types. Sand appears in shades of yellow and tan. Granite is red, and the blue areas indicate salt. The deep ravines speak of ancient rivers that once flowed here into local lakes, now long since gone. Throughout history, people have managed to eke out a basic living here, and in the process have left at least 15,000 carvings in the rocks. The Far East often gets the brunt of whatever bad weather is going around, and so it was in March 2011, when incredibly intense rains led to devastating mudslides in Thailand. Up to 47 inches of rain fell in a short period. Here, we see the muddy trails left as hillsides slid away, taking communities and lives with them. 7 million people were affected, and tragically, 53 were killed. One mudslide alone buried a village containing 100 homes. In January 2011, a NASA satellite captured images of floodwaters beginning to recede after the deadly floods that struck the Australian city of Rockhampton. The image contains both infrared and visible light data to increase the contrast between the muddy floodwaters and brown earth. Plant-covered land is colored red, while sediment-heavy water is brown and clear water is black. The small white flecks in the flooded areas are buildings. Approximately 300 homes were flooded when the local Fitzroy River swelled its banks and burst, isolating Rockhampton by both land and air. Join us next time for another Your World in a Minute from Starlight Express.